He's got the toys. He's got showmanship. And he's got sex appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great Southwest, here's the guru of gadgets, the dapper and dashing Don Baine, the Gadget Professor. Gadget Professor.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Gadget Professor. My name is Don Baine, and of course, I am the Gadget Professor. Well, I hope you like our new intro. Thank you very much to Mike Baine, Wildman Mike. Finally got around to doing that fantastic intro that you saw, and of course, that's the great voice of Warren Andrews joining Mike in that animation to have a little bit of fun before we open up the show. So we are on episode 136 today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the Gadget Professor, welcome. We have a new episode every Thursday evening that we are actually taping now, or video recording, if you will, digitally video recording in front of a live studio audience. So that happens now and then, and welcome everybody. We're glad you're here. Special shout out to my friend Warren Andrews. I appreciate the email that you sent me. I hope everything is going well with you. And again, thanks for keeping me in mind. I definitely appreciate that. Now, if you're old to the Gadget Professor, you're going to know all this. So this is for the folks that are new to the Gadget Professor. You can easily find me at thegadgetprofessor.com, and you can watch all the shows, and a lot of them are, I think all of them actually are archived there, so you can just keep scrolling down and click on any Gadget Professor show that you'd like to see. As I mentioned, we're on episode 136 right now. We have a very interesting show today. It's going to be actually on the, if we take a quick shot of camera too, I'll give you a peek of it. It's the LOGITECH TV HD cam, a pretty interesting piece of machinery. So we'll take a look at that in a couple minutes. But in any event, if you're new to the Gadget Professor, you want to scroll down and sign up for the newsletter, and that's right there about halfway down the page. And essentially when you click on that, all you're going to get is a little window, and you're putting your email address, and at that point in time, you are done. Just hit OK, and every Thursday evening, Arizona time, usually between 8 and 10 o'clock, I will post a new episode, and immediately you will be notified via the newsletter that the show is up and running. You also can get that information by following me on Facebook, and that's pretty easy to do. It's Facebook.com/The Gadget Professor. And of course, you can email me anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com, thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. And if you really like gadgets, what you want to do is follow me on my RebelMouse page. I love RebelMouse. It would be rebelmouse.com/Gadget Professor. And essentially what this is it's a visualization of what we tweet. Now, you can follow me on Twitter 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That would be at Gadget Professor, and we tweet almost 100 times a day at this point. And what this page does, the RebelMouse page does, is it actually takes all those tweets and will hot link it to the actual websites. And what this does is it shows you all the new gadgets that come out as they come out. So as soon as they're announced, we tweet about it, but you're also able to go to the RebelMouse page, and you're going to see a variety of just all kinds of insane gadgets. And if you see something that you like, you can click on it, and the Gadget Professor himself actually looks at this page several times today, so I can see what's new and what's cool. So let's see. Today we have some free apps for you. I'm going to show you how the Gadget Professor came within 5 seconds of being royally scammed, and that's kind of a funny thing, but I'm going to show you what happened and how it happened so it doesn't happen to you. Today's show is sponsored by Dropcam. Dropcam is a cloud-based Wi-Fi video monitoring service with free live streaming, two-way talk, and remote viewing that makes it easy to stay connected with places, people, and pets, no matter where you are. Check out Dropcam at dropcam.com. I've mentioned this a couple times, the archive.org page, which really all you American folks out there who pay taxes, and I'm sure you all do, you actually fund this page, this website, and there's all kinds of phenomenal information, audiobooks, poetry, community audio, computers and technology, the Grateful Dead, live music archive, music arts culture, so on and so forth. But they have a wonderful section on old-time radio. And you know, sometimes if you can't sleep at night or you just need a change of pace from the blah, blah, blah that's on the radio, you can go to this Old Time Radio website and download for free or stream live for free some phenomenal Old Time Radio programs. And you know what, folks, if you've never heard these, they're a lot of fun, and I think we're lacking in this country in general, that we don't have enough shows that create imagination. You see a lot of violence on TV, and that's visual, but in the old days, in the 30s there, before my time, but people would crowd around the entire family and listen to like Amos and Andy or Gunsmoke, whatever it may be, and your mind conjures up all these images, and it's a great way to relax, and if you have kids, I think they'd enjoy that also. So now that it's the first, almost the first of the year, everybody's going to be changing to a new calendar. So the Gadget Professor has come up with a couple sites where you can get free calendars and get creative. And the first site that I came up with is creativemama.com. And this will allow you to print out all kinds of really cool calendars. They're pre-printed, so you don't have to do much to them. And there's a lot of other free types of printable objects on there that I think you'll find handy. Now, speaking of printables, Snapfish.com does a wonderful job of print at home for free. And they have calendars, they have tons of free printable cards where you're going to essentially drop your photo in and just hit the print button and you get some amazing stuff, totally free. So I will put that up on the show notes, of course, so you'll be able to get that. And then if you just want a plain, ordinary calendar, you can go to Free Printable Calendars. Again, the website is there, printacalendar.com. And if you just need a calendar to print out by the month or by the year or whatever it may be, this site is already pre-formatted for you, and it's great. I know when I go on a business trip, everything's on my smartphone, blah, 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 but I always like a paper copy with me, so I'll just print this out and write in where I need to go and when I need to go there, and I have a paper copy too, so that's that. And now we're going to go into the dark side a little bit, and I'm going to tell you a true story that happened to the Gadget Professor. Now, of course, the Gadget Professor is thoroughly educated in computer shopping and economics and bargains and all that stuff. We all know that, and there's no way that I'm going to get scammed or burned, right? No. So I am looking at I'm just possibly looking at upgrading my D7000 Nikon camera, which is one of my favorite things, to a D7100. And now that it's Black Friday, Christmas time, and things are kind of on sale, and I'm just looking for a good price. Now, the camera has dropped from $2,200. It's dropped considerably in price, and it's been dropping steadily. So I'm just looking for a great sale. So here's what happened. It was like 11:30 at night, and couldn't sleep, which is nothing unusual. And I started searching around. This is how you get yourself in trouble. So I wasn't totally alert, but I knew kind of what the price was. It was somewhere in the $1,200, $1,100 range. So the first thing you need to do is you need to go to Amazon. And why Amazon? Because Amazon is a trusted site. And if you have a problem with something from Amazon, you can call them. They'll call you back literally in 10 seconds. You can return it. They'll pay for the shipping. And I've never had a problem with Amazon. Also, it's rare that you'll overpay on Amazon, but Amazon is one of the sites that I use to give me a price comparison or an idea as to what something costs. So that's the first thing I do, is just check. And again, they're not always the cheapest, but they're honest and they're reliable, and that's the main thing. So here's the camera, and it sells for let's call it $1,097. So, all right, that's the base price. Now, here's where you get yourself in trouble, and I think a lot of us do this. I did a search. Let's back up here. I did a search on Nikon D7100 best price or sale, something like that. Well, immediately in the search, the Digital Pros popped up, and here's a beautiful page, happy holidays, extended holiday hours, their phone number, a nice looking lady there with an 888 number, a free toll-free number, all the things that I'm looking for, the homepage, my account, view your cart, all the stuff that they sell, yada, yada. So here's the price, $879. That's a huge difference, a huge difference. And once again, Amazon is $1,097, and the Digital Pros, $879. I'll save that money. I don't have a problem with that. So I click on it, and this is a blowout sale. I just happened to hit it exactly right. The sucker's on sale, and the sale's going to end 12/24/13. Now today's December 19th, so I got to buy this thing, by the 24th. There's still time to get it in, to get it by Christmas. So I'm going to put my order in, right, and I'm going to get it by the 24th. That's kind of cool. And there it is. Add to the cart, free shipping. That's fantastic. So $879. So I put it in my cart, and I sign up, username, password, because I'd never heard of them. And I review the cart, $879, free shipping. Everything's exactly as it said. Now, it's about 12 o'clock now at night, and I'm punchy. I'm tired, and I'm so tired that my finger is on the mouse, man. My finger's like right there, and everything's in order. I got my credit card number, expiration date, the little code in the back, and I am ready to buy the sucker for $879. And I'm feeling this is awesome. I just happened to hit it right, and I'm literally just about ready to push the the return button and place the order. And I said, Don, you're tired. I never heard of Digital Pros, and that's odd because there's certain companies that are good. Amazon, B&H always is typically the cheapest. Adorama, there's 4 or 5 of them that are established businesses. So what I did, thank God, is I Googled the Digital Pros, and the second I did that, bam, 25 pages, first 25 listings of Google. Rip-off report, the Digital Pros complaints, the Digital Pros, absolute scam, rip-off, the Digital Pros, hundreds of complaints filed, rip-off report. It just goes on and on and on and on, page after page. It's a total scam. And what they do is they're very sophisticated in how they manipulate the search engines. So they're waiting for some stupid person like me to say Nikon D7100, best price, best sale now, and it immediately takes those search words and boom, it comes up at the top of the Google search, and then you see $879 and you want to save money, bam, you put it in there, and man, am I glad I didn't do it, because if you read some of these scam stories, oh my God, it's exactly what I was just about to do. You buy it, they charge their credit card, then they call you back up, tell you it's out of stock, try to sell you new stuff, you never get the one that you ordered, or it's not legitimate, it's a knockoff, and you can get yourself into some serious trouble. And that's why you always use a credit card, because 99.9 times out of 100, they'll step in and help you out, but you don't need that hassle. So the Gadget Professor, the true Gadget Professor, came up and out at 12:05 at night, and I Googled them, and I didn't buy the camera. But I kept searching the next day when I was awake, and I actually did find it for $979, which is certainly a lot cheaper than the $1097, but I've never heard of this company either, and I did Google them, and they seem to get very good reviews. So, for the couple bucks, do you want to just stay with the Amazon, or do you want to take a chance with a new company? I don't know. With this kind of an item, I kind of like to stay with the companies that I know, but if you Google, you'll find what you want, and you'll also find a lot of trouble. So folks, be sharp out there and be alert, because I don't want anything to happen to my audience out there, and that's what happened to the Gadget Professor. And no, I didn't buy the camera, and I'm still not going to buy it, but I'm having fun searching for it. And now we are going to go to the gadget of the day, and it is the Logitech webcam, and this is called the TV Cam, and you can find this on the Logitech website. Now, interestingly enough, you can find it and all the information and all the support on the website, but apparently you can't buy it now on the website, maybe because it's not being produced anymore, or maybe because there's a new model coming up. So let's take a look at this device. We'll go to camera 2, and this is what it looks like. This is a high def, it's a webcam, a high def wide angle, because it's 720p, not 1080p. There's the lens out in front, and let's take a quick look at this. On the top, you see the 4 speakers. These are actually speakers, and there's 4 of them, and that's where the sound your sound comes in. They're not speakers. Let me rephrase that. They are microphones, excuse me. These are all 4 microphones, which gives you fantastic sound. And on the back, the speaker's actually located right there. That's the speaker right there. Now over here, you'll see a little reset button, and you really don't need to use that unless the thing is all screwed up. Now, I had a couple issues with the actual product, and one of the issues was it comes with the power supply, and let's pull this out of there. This is actually the power supply, where the power supply goes in. And as you can see, it's a mini DIN plug, if you will, or not a DIN plug, like a USB plug. Why they chose this as the power supply is beyond me. You do get, the charger, if you will, but I don't like that. These are tough to replace, but truth of the matter is you plug it in, and there's your power, and it's not that big of a deal, but I wish they would have gone with the standard power pinpoint pin plug, and this is what drives me nuts with manufacturers. It also has an HDMI output cord, which is right there. There's nothing elaborate or screwy about that. It's just a standard HDMI, and that's where that goes, and we'll talk about the other end in a minute. And then right here, I think you can see that there is the ability to hook up your Ethernet cord if you want to do it that way. With an Ethernet jack, you can hook it up right there. So that's pretty much what comes with it. And I must also tell you that the key piece is right here in this remote control, because this is all operated by remote control. Now, what do you do with this camera, and why would you want it? Well, this camera, also, by the way, there's a tripod mount and a bracket here that actually gives you a lot of different positions, as you can see, to bend this or move this. Now, you're wondering why is this so wide? Well, the reason that is so wide is because it's a Skype cam, and it's only to be used with Skype. Skype is actually built in to this. There's a server for Skype built right inside of this. You do not have to load any software. You can't load any software. Everything about this camera is totally automated. And the beauty of this, if you will, is that it's 720p, and anybody can operate it. At least that's how it's made. So essentially what you're going to do is, the first thing you're going to do is plug this in the wall, and that's pretty simple. The second thing that you're going to do, and this is key to how this operates, is you're going to take the other end of this HDMI and you're going to put it into your high-def TV. It has to be high-def. Most of the TVs today, at least the modern ones in the last few years, have multiple HDMI inputs on the TV set itself. So you are going to pick whatever input you want, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, how many you have, whatever number you pick, you're going to plug the back end of this HDMI device into the TV set. That is it. You're now going to place this camera. You'll open up the little mount here, or you can put it on a tripod, small tripod, and this is going to hang on top of your widescreen TV. It could be a 20-inch, it could be a 30-inch, it could be a 50-inch, a 70-inch. It doesn't matter what size, but this actually hangs on top of the set itself. At that point, everything is automatic. You have the ability now, you have to connect this to the internet, but you have the option to use the Ethernet cord, or you can hook this up to your wireless network. So how this operates is Skype is always on. So if you have your TV on and someone calls you on Skype, this will automatically ring and come up while you're watching TV. And you'll have your remote control in your hand, and you can now answer the call, you can make a Skype call, and you're just sitting back in your living room chair, the TV's, several feet in front of you, and the microphones, again, there's 4 of them, will pick it up, the sound wonderfully. And it's just like the person is seeing you on TV. It's pretty cool. So what we'll do now is I'm actually going to show you what this looks like. I have another camera set up in the studio, and we're actually going to take a look at how this operates and see it live in operation, and we'll take a look at this right now. Okay, so if you could see over my right-hand shoulder, you're actually seeing the plasma screen that's in front of me, and if you look very closely on top, you'll see that I've actually mounted the Logitech HD Cam TV cam on top of the television set, if you will. And this is a high def, I think it's a 42-inch Samsung TV. There's nothing that's unusual about it. The power's plugged into the wall, which in the other end obviously goes into the camera. And then, of course, I have the HDMI cable coming out of the Logitech camera and going into actually input 2, doesn't matter, on the television set, if you will, on the in the HDMI input, channel 2. So again, you can see over the right-hand shoulder what screen I'm looking at. So I'm actually logged in right now on the Gadget Professor Skype account, and I'm live, if you will, on Skype. And these are the button settings that you have. Here's my remote control in my hand, and I'm just sitting back in the chair, if you will. And if I go under General, you have About, Language, the time zone, check for updates. Like I said, it's all automatic. Clear user data, terms of privacy, and that's it. So then there's the back arrow, and you can go into the account. Obviously, that sets up your password, allow calls from whoever it is, receive video from, just like the same capability that you'd have on Skype. Nothing new, nothing unusual there. Call, obviously you can have automatic answer, which if you don't care who's calling you, you can automatic answer, or default answer, and you have a number of options there. And the audio is self-explanatory. We'll take a quick peek at the video, and this will give me a preview, and I'm not sure what it will look like. Mike will give me the nod or not, but this is what the video preview will look like. And there I'm in the studio, actually, without the green screen, and I am looking at my video camera, and to the left of that actually is the plasma TV. So the preview looks good. Again, it's in 720p, and it's on top of the monitor. This is a neat control for anti-flicker, which I have set to automatic. And the other stuff, you can have a screensaver, which I don't really care about. So network-wise, if you see a little flicker, the reason you're seeing the flicker is because I have a camera videotaping, if you will, the actual television set, and there's a little disparity in the frequency rate, the scan rate of the actual TV set versus the scan rate of the camera. So that's why you're seeing the flicker. In actuality, there is no flicker. It's perfectly clear. So this is how you set up your network, and that's the IP address that I'm at the moment, and I'm on wireless. So this camera's operating wirelessly because I don't have an Ethernet cable to plug in to the back of the camera. So and then I could sign out, obviously, if I wanted to sign out. So let's actually go over here, and this is the part that is kind of interesting. These are all the contacts that I have. And what I don't like about this particular interface is that I can't see everybody who's online. Like Mike is online, I'm online, and there's X's if you're not online. And I don't like the fact that I have to scroll up and down and in and out and all that kind of stuff. So it is what it is, and okay. And also that's how I'd place a call. This is the history. This is if you want to make a telephone call. It's exactly the same options as Skype. So what I am going to do now is I am actually going to call in from my laptop, which is in front of me here. I'm going to call myself, and we'll see what happens here. So right now I am placing the call, and there it comes in, as you can see. And I think I got to answer that. So I'm going to answer it. And there I am, if you will, and it obviously looks grainy as hell, and I kind of explained why, and you might even be hearing an echo, but there I am, and this is how I would look if I was on my living room. Now again, it's all fuzzy and blurry, and I understand the quality issues, but in the studio itself, it's actually quite good, and probably on your monitor it's quite good. On my laptop it's okay, and on the monitor it's a little distorted. So there's a lot of electronics going on, if you will, in terms of looping, but certainly this thing works flawlessly, and it's a lot of fun, and it gives you a great opportunity, if you will, to allow your relatives or your elderly folks or friends to keep in touch with the family, watch the kids grow or the grandkids, whatever the case may be, at a very, very economical price, and I kind of like it. So I'm going to turn this off, and we'll just leave it like that, and we'll go up to the account area there, and there you go. So that's the demo. It's a very interesting device. The only complaint that I have, and it's not a big deal, it's probably in my brain, although it's not, is when I have Skype on my computer, I can see pretty much who's online because it's vertical, whereas this particular device brings everything up. You've got to scroll down to see who is online, but not a big deal. So again, for the money, I don't think you can go wrong. It works fine. The quality's flawless. I don't mind that at all. 720p, you can't get better than that. I guess you can at 1080. But again, if you can find this at the right price, I think it's a very great gadget, and I think you'll enjoy it. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Interesting device. A couple things I didn't like about it. Again, one was the power supply plug-in, but that's being picky. It comes with the power supply. Certainly the power supply works, so I'm not going to worry about that. Really, my only complaint that I don't like, and I don't know if they're going to redesign it, is, as I showed you before, when you have all the people that are listed on your on your Skype account, you can't see who's online all at once. You've got to scroll down, and if they don't have a picture on their Skype account, it even makes it more difficult to see who it is and look for that little green check arrow. And I hate the fact that you've got to scroll down using the remote control, but that's a minor thing. I think it does work. It does give you great sound, phenomenal picture, and it's a wonderful device for the grandparents or people that you talk to on a regular basis, relatives, to have this device, because everything is inside, and as I mentioned, even the updating is all automatic, and it does work well. Where would you get this? Well, as I mentioned, you can't buy it now on the website. They've taken it down. I don't know why. And right now it's certainly available in a lot of places. Amazon has it for $153.88. If you Google it, and be careful about how you Google and where you shop at, you will find it probably for less than that. And I will tell you that the camera, this particular camera that I bought, I got for $57 on, I think, Daily Steals. It was a refurb camera. So when I opened it up, it had no directions, it had nothing, and I was like, what's going on? So I went to the website, and the truth of the matter is you don't really need directions. You just plug it in, and it works, and I just showed you how to do that. So I hope you enjoyed the Gadget Professor today. It is a cool device, and again, if you have family or friends that you keep in touch with, and you can get this for 50, 60, 70 bucks, it may be worth it. Again, the downside is it only works with the HDMI on a TV. It's not, you can't use it as a regular webcam, if you will. But it does a reasonably good job for a reasonable price. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I will see everybody next Thursday. So long from the Gadget Professor.
The Gadget Professor is produced by Don Baine, Multimedia Communications, LLC. If you would like your product reviewed on The Gadget Professor, or would like to appear on The Gadget Professor, contact us via email at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. The opinions expressed on the program by the host, guests, call-in listeners, or chatters are solely the opinions of the original source who expressed them. And thank you for watching The Gadget Professor.